Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Erica, and it's Erica with a sniffle today. Sorry about that. Today's video is part of the Meraki Craftober video hub, so you should have come here from somebody else, but if you are just like randomly here, hi, welcome. So today I am going to be using the newly released Effortless Artistry Papers, so I'm going to call them EAPs, and today we're going to be choosing, or we're going to emulate our Brenda, because this one is colored by Brenda. So one thing that I just wanted to say here now is that I always recommend taking your sheets from the back, because then it doesn't rip the paper, and then you can have the front all attached to your paper pack. And then, so the Blooming Noels, which is the one that I picked up now, it also has a coordinating die cut or one piece. There's also a stamp set. So if you do like the color, just get the stamps and the dies. Don't worry about the EAPs. But these are, you know, hands down the fastest way to add lots of color and funness to cards without having to actually color. And then we are also going to be using the Festive Flora wreath. So this one is also colored by Brenda. So, I mean, you can tell that her craftsmanship is absolutely superb. These two are going to go so well together. So we're going to put those aside and just quickly have a quick look at the coordinating die cut and also the stamp set. So I keep all of my stuff in the original packaging, but this one, in order to fit them into these extra large storage pockets from Avriel, I've had to do some creative folding and cutting. So on this one, I've actually just folded the whole thing, and on the die cut, I did cut some of the backing paper off just to kind of fit everything in. It's just one of those little things to do if you'd like to keep everything together, because all of these products coordinate. So the stamp sets and the die cuts are all one pieces. And speaking of stamps, we are going to be using this Blooming Noel on the beautifully colored image by Brenda here. But the reason we're going to do that is because the wreath has got a black outline, and this one is no line colored. So we're going to bring out the brilliant stamp wheel from Altenew. Although I did realize here that I have to chop this off because it's just a little bit too big to actually fit in with the stamp wheel. So we're going to trim this off with the little mini trimmer from Tim Holtz. Chop, chop, chop. And then we're going to pop this into the stamp wheel, and then we're going to stamp the outline with that black. With the black stamp, we're going to stamp the black outline with the stamp. So yes. So here it is quite, I would say, crucial to take a little bit of extra time just to make sure that your stamp outline is like actually fitting the stamped image perfectly. If you're just stamping up images to color for yourself, obviously that's not a big deal. However, when you have these already colored images, and if you want that black outline, if you want to heat emboss, because you can actually heat emboss on these as well, then you're going to need to be a little bit extra careful. So just taking that extra bit of time. So we're going to do 2 layers of black ink here to just make sure that we get a really, really nice and solid outline. And then we're going to use the coordinating die cut for both of these to cut them out and set them aside. But yeah, that was super duper easy because of the one piece, and now they look much more matchy. So now we're going to get our big bad boy out. This is the Platinum 8.5, and it is big enough that you can just do all of these one pieces in one go without having to worry about any of the dies or the paper sort of hanging off the platform. Brilliant. And then when we are done with our die cuts, if you do like me and you chop off the top of your die cut packaging, you can then just take the whole thing, find the little sleeve thing for your die cut, and just put that back right in, even without having to take everything out, and then you keep everything together. Super neat and tidy. So something else that was released in this release is the new Bling Buddy, and I'm super excited about this. So if you know me, you know I'm a blingaholic, so I'm definitely going to be using that jewel picker side. And then this bit here is just like it's a rounded tool. So what we're going to do today, or I say what I'm going to do today is just add a little bit of like a pattern to a card base. I have a bit of a problem with white space. I find it very, very difficult, like really difficult. However, if there's a little bit of texture on that white space, all of a sudden, much easier for me to kind of wrap my head around that. So I am going to be scoring some, actually it's going to be a plaid pattern, but first we're going to do scores onto the horizontal, and then we're going to do the sort of portrait shape. And I'm doing them just like every ½ inch using a scoreboard and the tool. So you're going to get some nice texture, pattern, and like interest without adding any color or gluing anything, die cutting anything else. It's just a super, super simple way of adding a bit of interest to a card base. So super useful tool in more than one way. But we're going to have just a quick little look here. Not bad, huh? And it only takes a couple of minutes, if even that. So now we're going to take our wreaths and our flowers, and we're going to add them to the card, and we're going to figure out the sentiment and all of that as well. While looking at this, I realized that, you know what, my poinsettia leaves are sticking out a little bit too much. So they're kind of covering up my wreath a little bit. So we're going to do a little bit of creative rearranging. Yes. So first we're going to just chop up these leaves and trim off some of that white. And then we're going to just basically rearrange them around the flower so that hopefully it's not going to cover up too much of the wreath in the background, but also still give like that sort of lush poinsettia leaf foliage look. That's the way, yeah. So I will be using a little bit of liquid glue and filming. I did actually film that off camera, but I just thought, you know what, you seem like they're arranging, so hopefully that's enough. But then on the back of this, we're definitely going to be adding some foam tape to add like an extra layer onto that. And I have a little bit of a tip for you when it comes to adding the actual wreath to your card base. So if you are kind of, you know, one of those to get your scissors all messed up with your glue, this is the tip for you. So you take your card base and you take your image, you flop it over so that it's basically upside down, and then you use the outline of the card base to stop adding glue, and then you add obviously to everywhere else, and then you just turn it over, pop it down, and there you go, and hardly any mess. So this is not like a super like out of this world trick, but it's just one of those little things that kind of make life a little bit easier sometimes in the craft room, because I've had so many pairs of scissors get completely messed up by, you know, trying to cut either foam tape or glue or just sticky stuff, and it's just a pain to clean them. So let's not do that. So with our wreath and our flowers arranged, we're just gonna pop Christmas joy for our sentiment. So we're going to keep it pretty like short and sweet and to the point. And then once these have added, we're also going to add just a tad of bling, because, you know, how could I not? So these are some of the brand new sparkles in this release as well. And I have been reasonably, I was going to say, you know, I've not been like crazy bling-a-ling-ling, but, you know, it is Christmas, so why not, you know? But that is it from me for today. Don't forget to check out the rest of the hop. I have a link to the next person in the hop in the description box, as well as a link to the Crafty Meraki blog post where the winners will be announced on January 6th. And there are some amazing prizes, including Karin Markers and products from this release. So I will also list everything that I've used in this video with compensated affiliate links at no extra cost to you. Thank you so much if you choose to support me by shopping these links, and I will see you very soon again. Oh, if you subscribe, that is. And please do